Hey, what's up, guys? Man, what a nice day out today. You want to see my kitty? There he goes. There he goes. He's like, it's summertime. I'm an outside cat. When it was cold out, he wasn't like that. But I get it. Apparently, because real men are weak if they don't stand out in the cold and go, "Whoa, it's such a nice day." Anyhow, what's up? What's up, guys? What are you up to today? It's nice out. Sun's up, sky's clear, light wind, 40, maybe 40 degrees. It rained all day yesterday, so we stayed in the shop. You'll get to see that footage. Today we're gonna walk back in the house and pick something up that I should have picked up before I came out. And so that's cool. What's up, guys? All right, so I got the pieces that I needed. This morning, well, it's not really morning. This noon, I'm going to make an attempt to repair the threads on the pinion that's in the Nova rear end. So we're gonna quickly take the differential out, knock the pinion out, and get it on the grinder, grind a taper on that thing, and see if we can't get a start on the threads. Then we'll put the pinion in and we'll actually set the pinion the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, hopefully that's a thing. You guys want to see it? Look at that gorgeous piece of machinery. Rhonda. Look at that gorgeous piece of machinery. Crystal. Look at that gorgeous, oh. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna, first things first, because it is cold in the shop, and I don't know why, because it should have been warm in the shop. I didn't open the door at all yesterday. So we put the door down, and we'll run over here, and we'll get the heater turned on, and we'll try and knock the temp down a few degrees, and I'll bring you back in a minute. All right, so taking out this carrier, whoever set it up, it wasn't set up right. So we are going to set it up correctly. We'll put the left one on the left one, right one on the right one. Take the carrier out. Yeah, it's way too loose in there. It should be fairly difficult to get out. It's fine. Hopefully I've got an install kit. I don't know if I do. Whoops. I dropped a bunch of stuff off that side. No big deal, you know, no big deal. Get a hammer and knock that out, and then we'll get that. What I did was I screwed up the threads. I don't know if I did it or if it was like that, but anyways, the threads are screwed up. I think I did it. And so we're gonna knock the pinion out. We're gonna get the threads working. We'll put the pinion back in. I'm guessing it's gonna need another shim, because it looked like the back spacing was good, but the pinion was not torqued into the bearing preload properly, and so we might knock the bearing off and put in a 5,000 shim and put it back in and torque it and crush the crush collar. It may not even have a crush collar, it may just have a shim. We'll look. Use a brass hammer. Yeah, it's an interesting crush sleeve, to say the least. That's super interesting. All right, we'll tend to that in a minute. We're gonna go over to the grinder and do a little work. I'll bring you with me. Oops, I'll run you into the car. I've been pretty hard on this camera lately. It's probably not good. Let's get you down here. Anyways, the threads were boogered, and so I started trying to put a chamfer on there. Hopefully there's enough threads left when I do it. Let me grab some glasses and then we'll get after it. You know, I don't like doing rear ends to begin with, and then I screwed up the threads, and you know, now it's not good. And the idea is to grind this thing down until the first thread is working. It should be pretty close. Just slightly boogered up. Let me get a little file. You know, I don't even really want to work on this thing. But I kind of don't have any choice. And I just want to get these threads set and working. It gets about it gets about a thread in. Now this could be the wrong thread nut too. I'm not 100% sure, but what we are going to do is we are going to get this thread super clean. Because what happened was we started trying to get it in there, and there was just a little bit of booger on there, and these are not as hard as they should be. Shouldn't have been able to ruin the threads. It should have just smoked a nut and the thread should have stayed good. But that's not the case for sure. Let me grab a light. That's really where it's at right there. I don't know. It definitely don't feel good. believe that I'm not going to be able to save it, but we'll see. So if I get into this thread, it should go. Oh boy, I don't think I'm gonna get it. It's just crazy. It should go, but it ain't gonna. All right, so this is one of those moral of the story type of deals. I took this car in on trade on Candy, and you know, I just wanted to move Candy so bad that I really didn't think about what I was doing. But anyhow, this car came with the 8.5 inch 10 bolt posi. That was the wrong rear end for the car, and it had the springs way stretched out apart, and then the wheel was so far out into the wheel well that they had to cut the wheel wells, or cut the fender well to get them to fit, and they still rubbed, and it was just annoying. But anyways, he had another rear end to go with it. And it was technically the correct housing for this car, but it had a 373 posi Yukon gear set up in it, and it wasn't set up correctly. And then I don't know if the threads were bad, but I took the yoke off and was going to change yokes, and then decided to get a conversion joint instead. And when I went to put the nut back on, it cross threaded, and I tried for 2 hours or so to fix the threads. You'll see a little bit of that video. Normally I don't have any trouble, but I think the biggest problem is the threads were different than the nut to begin with. Either way, it doesn't really matter what caused it, but the end result is pinion's junk. And I could just order a new pinion and reset it up, and I may do that. I've already got about 500 into replacing this rear end with a smaller, weaker unit, which I was okay with because, you know, it was free. But now that I'm going to have to spend another couple of $100 and then try again and then have to set it up, I'm really regretting even messing with it. So what probably will happen is I'll just spend $1,500 or $2,000 on a full bolt-in rear end with 355s or 373s and something in an 8.5 inch or a 12 bolt or a 9-inch, and then just get a new drive shaft for $500 here, for $500 there. Pretty soon I'll have 22.5 in the car that's worth 15. So yay me, right? But anyways, I'm just frustrated with it right now. So I think I'm going to take all of the parts and pieces and I'll get them over on the shelf, and put them on Marketplace and see if I can't recoup a little bit. I should be able to get $200-300 for each one of these posi units and gear sets, even though the one pinion is bad. And then maybe I can get, I have no idea what that housing fits, so that's probably just going to go in the junk. This is a 8.2, which is the weakest of the 10 bolts, I think. And that's not no big deal because this car doesn't make any power anyways, but it's okay. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm just gonna be done for right now, and we'll find the right rear end. I just wanted this thing off the hoist. I should have never brought it in and put it on the hoist, but I thought it was gonna be a quick swap out with the rear end that was ready to go and set up properly. When you set up a rear end like this, there's a measurement from this flat plate here to the back of the pinion, this surface right here, and it's written on this. And you're supposed to have a tool that measures that. And you put the pinion in and you torque it and crush the crush collar. And the crush collar, I can show you the crush collar has never been crushed. I'll show you the difference between a crushed crush collar and a non-crushed crush collar. So this is a crushed crush collar. And you see how it's, this part right here is flanged out. And this is a non-crushed crush collar. And you see how that part of this part is not flanged out. See the two? Okay, so when you torque this, when you put this in, and let me turn you around so I can see what you see so that it isn't wasting both of our times. Okay, so when you put this pinion in with a new crush sleeve, you torque it down. It's like 250, 350 foot-pounds, and that crushes this crush collar and preloads the pressure on this bearing. Okay, if you just put this in there and tighten the nut down to 125 foot-pounds, it doesn't crush this sleeve, and then this bearing preload isn't right, and you can take the yoke and woggle it around in there, and that's the problem. That's a problem. And so once you get this pinion depth set and I think it's 20 to 25 inch-pounds of torque to turn it in the bearing, then the preload is set. It's a lot like doing your hubs on your truck. You have to have this measurement, has to be right. Then you take your carrier, which is the piece of machinery that holds the ring gear. It's called the carrier, and you put it in the rear diff and you shim it left to right, and then that gives you proper backlash. Where is that backlash? Let's just that, and you shim it left to right, and that gives you the proper meshing of the two gears together. If you have it too far away, it'll be on the front side. If you have it too close, it'll be on the rear side. And either one of those will cause the rear end to prematurely fail, and it'll be a noisy rear end. One will make a gear noise on acceleration, I think, and the other one will make a decel gear meshing noise. So for longevity and quiet operation, you have to have that right. Also, when you put the rear end in, or the carrier in the rear end, it shouldn't just slip right in there. You should have to really work it and push it in, and sometimes you got to pry those bearings in, because otherwise that carrier there's slop in there and it'll rattle and destroy the rear end housing. So there's a bunch of things that have to be done correctly. I don't know who did the rear end. I don't know if I don't remember, I'll tell you that much. I don't remember if Jason told me that it needed to be set up. I think he did say that. So I'm not saying that, you know, it was misrepresented or anything like that. All I'm saying is that either I ruined the nut or the pinion ruined the nut, but then I tried to clean the threads and put new nuts on 3 times and was unable to. So I don't know. I think that the pinion isn't hardened enough, because the nut is designed to be the failure, not the threads on the pinion. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why it is the way it is now. All that matters is that I ruined the pinion beyond repair, which is fine anyways, because this rear end is not strong enough for this car. So I tried to save $1, and you remember I've told you this more than a dozen times. Don't try and save $1, because every time you do it, it seems to bite you in the ass. And I tried to save $1. I didn't want to get too heavy in the car. It is a cool car. And again, Jason told me straight away that it had the wrong rear end in it, and that he had the right housing, which he did, and all the pieces were exactly what he said they were. And again, I think he did tell me that the rear end needed to be set up, and so I did expect it. And I thought maybe I could just bing bang boom, but what started the whole trend was the yoke. The yoke. This is the yoke, and this is where the U-joints go from the drive shaft. And the yoke was for the smaller U-joint, the 1310, and the car has 1350s in it. 1315 to 1350. I think it was 1350 on the car, 1315 on the joint, or on the yoke. And so I was just going to change the yoke from the other one rear end to the other, but one's an 8.5, so it has a bigger diameter pinion, and one's 8.2, smaller. And so that was the chain reaction that set off the events of destroying the pieces I had to work with. Now I have some GM differentials and gears and stuff laying around here, although every one of them's an 8.5, so I wasn't able to make a repair on this 8.2. So I think what I'm going to do right now is scrap the plan to do anything with this car today, clean up my mess, and get back to work on Betty, because I need to get under there, scrape some stuff down, wipe it down, and throw some paint on. And I think I'll do that today. I'll spend the day cleaning and wiping down and priming and painting the rest of the frame. I think it's nice enough outside I can open the doors and put the hood open, get some light in here, and get that done so that we're ready to get the exhaust done and get the boxes on, because time's ticking away and I don't have very much of it before this truck has to be ready. So more of the story is, don't try and save $1, spend the money, get stuff the first time, and save yourself a lot of headache. Anyways, that's it for now. All right, guys, so we're kind of job hopping today. So I decided what I was going to do now is I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to pull this over. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull that over and weld it up. It's pretty annoying, and yeah. Gotta get some stuff cleaned up. Oh, I'm tipping over. That would have been funny, but not. I kind of pulled a muscle a little bit. All right, so I'm just gonna clean that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reconfigure the welder for steel. And I'm going to weld that thing up. We got next to no gas, so we're gonna have to get it filled up. Just combobulate the combobulator. These gloves are no good. It's kind of a weird deal, but this crossbar is broke off from this side, and I've cleaned it up with the grinder. And I'm going to have Jessica lift up on that fender slightly, and it'll pull this over where it needs to be. And then I'm going to weld it. I'm going to weld it on the inside and the outside. She's just going to have to hold it for just a second, and then I'll weld it up. And it shouldn't really be that way. And maybe what I should do is fix it so it's not that way. But anyways, let me get some glasses so I can see what the hell I'm doing. It's not doing what it was doing before, though. It was pulling it sideways. Now all of a sudden it's not. Okay, let me get you a bar. I got an idea. I got one of them ideas. You ever had one of them? No. I got an idea right now. Okay. So now don't reef on it. You got a lot of leverage right now. Yep. Okay, hold it right there. Don't look. Okay, so what I got to do is I need to reassess my setup, because I didn't do my job right. The work thickness is not 22 gauge. 1/8 inch probably will be better. 30 thousandths, 1/8 inch. That should be much better.
Do I still need to push it?
No.
On fire.
You're not on fire, Ricky Bobby. Yeah, that didn't really work because I just can't get the angle in there. But I think what we can do, I think it's pretty good actually. Maybe I'll put the hood up. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll put the hood up and I'll tell you, this little helmet and stuff hook from SH Tubes is really nice. You know, it's nice because the Everlast Cyclone 262 makes an amateur welder look like a pro. And from all the way over there, you can probably tell it's amazing. Yeah, I think I will flip this up and then try and weld it from the inside. What? Don't ooh. Hold this right here. Actually, leave this right here and go get your fender. And up down the back. The back of the fender. Hello? The back of the fender? Yeah. We're going to lift the hood up. Got it? Keep going. There you go. Yeah, oh yeah, that's way nicer. All right. Bring that in the shop. Actually, just take it off. Take it off there and bring it in by hand. Here, reach around here and get this. Oh man, that's horrible. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, take this, watch the end, it's hot. Well, I wish I would have done that right, but it's fine. I wish I'd have done that from the beginning. All right, bring that around here. Okay, thanks, Mom. No, because I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on the truck with the hood open. I think I wanna get in here and clean, and might as well shoot the paint on it. Maybe in an hour you come out and mix me up a little bit of paint. You can help me put some plastic down in there from both sides, tape it to the engine from like here, and then go under the engine so I can paint down there without getting black on everything. I really need to wipe this all down, you know. I need to get this off while I'm here. I need to get the right. I wonder if I have the downpipe from that other marmot. I don't remember if I do. But yeah, piece of shit. Watch yourself. I'm coming out. I'm coming out and then I'm throwing it. Not really. I'm going to put it over here. The thing's all rotted out anyways. Okay. Yeah, so I think maybe the knee really needs to be pressure washed, but I don't really want to make it flash, so I'll probably just wipe it down with some paint thinner, and then we'll get some plastic sheeting and we'll drapes it down in there and then underneath the motor and tape it to another one. And then we need to wipe this all down. We need to wipe this all down with some thinner. And yeah, I think that'd be swell. Don't you think that would be swell? It'd be swell. I mean, it's just a matter of time before that's back apart, I think. Interesting. It's really just not a very good design, you know? We got to get Don over here to get new headlights installed and wiring done with some Parker connectors right here. But I think now the hood is totally going to break again, probably. It is really a horrible design. Anyway, that's it for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so we're gonna go down here. We're gonna look at some stuff. Yeah, all right, go, boy. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's see. It's hard to hold this camera when it's in small people mode. All right, so these lines right here. These lines go down to this. I can get her over there. Whoops. Let's see. Aromatic Power Steer Company. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, Aromatic Power Steer Company. And this thing is supposed to help steer the truck. Now these lines are just rubber lines with a barb fitting, and they are trashed. They go up to the front there, and so we're gonna change these hoses, and we're gonna put hopefully push lock ends on, but we're gonna have to take some off and get a look. And this is gonna be super hard for me to get you connected somewhere down here where you can see what I see. And yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. I'm gonna try and set up a little spot for you to look, but I'm gonna take this line off right here and see what kind of connection that is. See, those things are pretty shot. And then I'm gonna run new air lines, these two new air lines, and I think it's important which one goes where, because it should force air in one side of the power steering unit, and when you turn one way, and then the other way with the other way. We also need a new boot down there, so we're going to have two lines here, plus the line that feeds it to begin with, which I'm not sure where that comes off of, but we're going to have to, probably going to have to put the cab up, and that would be smart anyways. I've got to look at some other air lines that need to be fixed, but I think with the cab up, I can get to that stuff on the front. It looks kind of weird. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, so I think I'll just get a tool and take this off and see what we're dealing with. I was just going to use push lock. I don't know if I'll have the right fittings, but I'll bring you back.